off. Now this is going to my board. Now you have the opportunity to experience Yulmore. I suggest you make the most of it, explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stall, perhaps. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much possible about new about our new place of residence. I'm probably going to be mostly quiet during this because I'm eating. Okay, at this point I probably should be in a better look. Why is it all of a sudden getting like dark? Or is it just cloud cover? Oh jeez. I don't believe you. You have been brainwashed. Excuse me? To commend them? I'm realizing what's happening. I am being there for their entertainment, their pleasure. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they're turned into sand eaters. This is not going to go well. He's gonna toss her out. Oh. Okay. I still feel like something bad's gonna happen. Oh god. She's gonna get... Oh god, why? I already know what's gonna happen. She's gonna become a sin eater. I'm pretty sure that's not what they do. Oh, it felt like a cult, and now it's actually a cult. Ugh. That's pretty... Oh no. That means Homeboy's friends are all gone too. Oh, I don't like this one bit. I have an idea as to what's gonna happen. It's good to see you back. You were taking so long I began to worry something had happened. I began sketching an outline of the portrait, but nay, the child appear otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigations have gleaned from this far? Not great news, dude. So Lord, he both some kind of better influence with senators, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by all the citizens. As for this ascension business, I couldn't help but be put in mind of the epoch theories and all these words. If so many folks have entered the city over the years, then where do they go? This is very dark and I'm not liking it. I take my eyes off you for one moment and you're chatting away with that assistant of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done? What in the blazes? I knew it. So unflattering. Explain yourself. I knew it. Where's your artistic interpretation? Ish influence. Affluence and nobility and overall the viewers with boundless beauty. Dude! Fortune is to commemorate your anniversary. Yours being a joint union seemed that a realistic portrayal. I don't want realism, I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees, make people cry out in amazement. Now fetch that blank canvas and there's a villain on the loose set to ruin our fair city. Oh boy, but our Lord has gotten him now in his faith. Oh no! It's Homeboy. And the Hammer of Justice is poised to come crashing down, and the one and all who watched him fall. Oh boy. Alfino. A malcontent, how dreadful. This is meant to be sentencing. That's right, in fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along for experience. The offer they mention is part of the emergent, the level above us, where Lord Lothari resides. Ordinarily, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening the doors for a little while. The Crown Book will take you up there. Oh, I already know what's going to happen. Alfino is going to hate himself. It's going to be the guy who snuck in using Alfino's. This is going to be Alfino's original plot, as I'm going to call it. Wait. Oh, that way. Alfino's original ploy to get into the city was using this method. Guarantee you. This is just gonna be bad. I already know what's gonna happen. Who is this?
That's him. That's Vorthri.
What is he? He can't be human. He can't be normal. There's something about this. Those are sin eaters. Why do I get the feeling he's one of
attended
them?
by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12.
I knew it. I knew it.
Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vorthree, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud.
Fraud?
He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Europe is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society!
Oh boy.
To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do, but offer the sinner another way to show his contrition?
And that would be hell?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin eaters are part of Yulmore's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked.
Who is this guy?
A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
What is this guy?
Tis true that Kaishia won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out, I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmore?
Dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
Oh, this place needs to burn.
And people call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Yulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
Technically, he just did.
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so.
I feel like this is a duty.
Did that little worm just insult me?
Oh my god, you're just not realizing it.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their hearts!
Who's that? Forgive me, in my anger, I seem to have marched us back outside again, though it was probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulmar. In any case, I've seen enough of this world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Calusia. I will accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. I've done you a grave service. You were hungry and desperate, and I offer you a solution without once considering the risk inherent in your accepting of it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. Try not to bite the side of my cheek. You gave me everything I needed to make your ideal work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. And now, Lord Vothri wants us all dead. Why not come back to us with the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there, if you're willing. Did you ever find us friends? No, that would be just me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking, learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Well, at least some good came of all of this. Very well, you must promise to me you'll be careful. Yulmorns may yet come looking for us. I'll keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. Huh? Oh, it's... What blazes did you do? They have an entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Elfna. Now I've had many beautiful and striking striking picture painting for me, but there was something about your word. It was as if you caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you've begun. I will speak with Lord Varthy and vouch for your character. I assure we can smooth over any hard feelings. Yeah, that's not happening, lady. That is not happening. I'm sorry, there's more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us in the fullest. To the fullest. I don't know, being decent people. Pray, press me no further. We are leaving. But I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind to procure for me. One moment. I wouldn't hear of and keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come visit. I will return, I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. Wow. Staying at my side for this whole sword endeavor. While it's not quite the joyous outcome I'd hoped for, our efforts have nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the first are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Thori and his subjects. We must speak to the Exarch and determine the course. This is far from over. I'll probably start on the main to do these first two main quests where it's okay, and here is Shadowbringers, because we haven't even got to that yet. Haven't got to the whole, like, and on the title, here is Shadowbringers. So I know I have a dungeon coming up. It's good to be back amongst friends, not to mention my dear sister. I've not seen her for some time, but I gather she is as keen to press on with our plans as I am. And you've seen quite a lot of the first yourself now, more than enough to appreciate the scale of the obstacles we face. Let us lay our discoveries before the Exarch and discuss what must be done. Insert cutscene.
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmor might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin-Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity. Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Okay, that's cool.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions.
So light will spill into the
An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities.
Okay.
7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
So there was originally 21? Got it. No. So we're down to 7 shards left. That was fire.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin-Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Norvrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
Okay.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Which is...
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Okay.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Now the real question, do I want to do this as a dancer? Or do I want to do this as a bard? Hallminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so we best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads northwest of the Ansari Gate. Whatever. Forgot can't mount up in here. What? I'll stay barred until I get my title screen of Shadowbringers. Which I feel like should show up. Why do I get a feeling we're going to have to fight one of those now? having Dancer is nice, but it's a little RNG heavy for me. Like, no pure straight DPS. Not willing to do it. Mr. Switch is past these gates and through the woods. 'Tis not exactly a near neighborhood to the Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset with a swarm unlike any we've ever seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of Sin Eaters present, we have a good reason to believe that a Light Warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a Warden sooner than we expected. One simply does not slay a Warden. Has no one told you what happens when you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but the essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile aether will billow towards and envelop the nearest living being, a reckless young sword woman, perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Oh, that's not good. Well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that the guard stand down and allow us to engage as this leader of Eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I shall not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well. Then our warden slaying party shall include myself, Lavier's captain, and last but not least, me. A formidable group indeed. Into Hall Minister we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. I kind of wonder if I should do this via... Oh good, it is duty support. Oh, wow.
Leave this to me!
My strength is yours.
Let's give it our all!
Alright, here we go. Our first duty. For some reason I could have swore I've done the like intro into like your Shadowbringers, but I don't perceive it. honestly not the time to find it, but I need it. Sort of, for the most part. Man. How did I not put my freaking here? There we go. Alright, let's continue. Oh boy. Oh no. This is so sad. Oh my god. Oh dude, that's just... Oh, that was harsh. Alizane literally just had to kill her best friend. Or I should say a good friend. Here. Alright, what are we fighting? Ooh. Okay. Creepy. Jeez. Is this one of the Light Wardens? This story is all types of just sadness. Jeez. This looks like hands. Excuse me? That better have counted. Okay, cool.
It's releasing its ether. Fall back. We cannot let it touch us. Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw.
That will not be necessary, Captain.
Oh.
Though I appreciate your concern, the eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor.
Okay.
But now we have a way to contain that corruption.
You don't mean me, do you?
The blessing of light. And the hero who wields it now stands before you.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
Oh, wow. Oh my god. Okay, I now understand the title. Shadowbringer, aka the Nightbringer. Oh my god, it's night!
Scar. It can't be.
What's happening?
At least they're not preaching like, oh my god, the world is ending.
The sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
Okay, and that's how we get that title. Because we're bringing Nightfall. I kind of like that.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true. My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the
Oh,
one possessed of her blessing. For you.
that was the opening.
You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed. But for the present, I beg you, stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the Wardens and restore darkness to the First.
Arden?
On behalf of the First, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exar, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
She's not wrong. One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin-Eater is defeated.
Is this wait,
Come then,
where's Arden?
my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
Or we just teleport there. So the warrior light of this world was the warrior of darkness of our world, and we became the warrior of darkness for their world. Interesting. Oh my gosh, it's raining. How quickly you've justified my faith in you. So many lives saved, and the sky itself heralds your success. A single victory in a large struggle, perhaps, but a momentous one nonetheless. Alright, we'll do this. We'll do the Warriors of Darkness mission, and I will call it here. I will call it there, I should say. Oh my god, this soundtrack. Now, as for how we proceed from here. The villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely in the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting their situation for the moment. Most folks are far too distracted by the sky to worry about wounds or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the warrior darkness has come. 'Tis to be expected. Sapphire, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the light recede from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept up in a maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you go forth as legendary warrior of darkness. I fear that no matter how good your intentions, such inappearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Exarch, although my concerns are more focused on Yulmore. It may be best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Lothari responds to this. I feel like he's a warden. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, pray allow your heart to be buoyed by the joy of our citizens, a joy you surely brought into being. And I must ask the same discretion of you, Captain. 'Tis my intention to share with our people the tale of the great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden and has since departed for parts unknown. Yes? As you wish, my lord. Your perchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk to not question this either. Although, I expect to be told the truth of this one day, about all of you. With that settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time, so pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits, and to think you'll not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy a dark, peaceful night's sleep. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask if after all you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on a message on your way to the Pendants? Pray let Bragi know that we're bringing a number of injured, and that any restoratives in the markets need be preserved for the infirmary. I just realized that opening line to this, and we should start making our own way back to the stream slowly, mind you. It wouldn't do to arrive too soon after the Exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check in on. And Home Minister. We already went through the village top to bottom, Alize. We should all take the chance to rest, you included. No, she's gonna say her prayer for her friend. I know exactly why. Oh, God. I knew one of those eaters, and I can't rest. Oh, man. So please, I wish to be left alone for a while. And this means you as well, Sapphire. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. I promise I'll find you later when I feel myself again. Just you and me, then, shall we? Oh, the music and the sequences that they do in here. Ah, jeez, they're like. They had good story beats. Like, they had some really good story beats. You know what, let's just... I mean, like, wow. The story beats they hit are just so beautiful. It's heavily sad. Like, that was just such a sad. And I'm actually glad I would take it Alizé first. So that's kind of weighing on me. Because when all of a sudden I saw the name, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Thank you. Well, the Crystarium seems relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? The Exarch's speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there was something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite as peaceful as our hooded friend predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you've discharged your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same. Sleep well. I hope untroubled dreams find you in Alizé above. I just realized the music changed in here. Oh, jeez. I see. Well, Captain Lina can rest assured that any potions I can spot coming in will be set aside. Hang on a moment. If you're carrying messages for the guard, does that mean you were there, man? The Battle of Holmster? A stalwart lad like you might want to pay a visit to the wandering stairs, make himself known. Oh no! I'm sure Glynard can introduce you some interesting opportunities. Oh no! Why is there a... What in the world was I just looking at? I'm not sure what this person is. Oh, they're literally just up the stairs. Beer for table 2 and a couple of pints of mead for table 3 while you're at it. Coming right up. Sorry, we're rushed off our feet this evening. Can I get you anything? Drinks around the house. Oh, that Bragi has a twisted sense of humor. I think he'd send you to me at a time like this. The first real night in near 100 years, and folks all riled up and then some. What's more, there was a eater business in Holminster Switch. They say Light Warden was destroyed without a damn trace, and it was the Warrior of Darkness who did the deed. I really must apologize for Glynard's behavior. He's been almost as rowdy as our customers, and not a small feat. A lot of regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go after eaters, and the rumor of the warrior's appearance was the spark to their kindling. Huh? You know how the weak eaters are drawn to the stronger ones, right? Yeah. Aye, they swarm like angry bees around the queen. You need look no further than Homester for proof of that. But attacks on that skill don't happen every day. Praise the blessed shadow. No, the more common eaters are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and again, an eater will leave the pack to prowl alone. Those are the ones you run into on the road if your luck is afoul. They are dangerous to everyone, so the settlement council puts bounties on their heads, and our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information. Seems a few of them were inspired by the warden slaying even more than most. These are the types who set their sights on absolute worst of the strays. Class of eaters we dubbed cardinal virtues. Oh, I get it. Cardinal sin, cardinal virtues. The virtues show up out of nowhere about three summers ago, and when historians heard the description given by survivors, well, apparently they share the appearance of the villain who caused the flood. Wait, what? And if that doesn't send a chill down your spine, they're also reported to be as tough as light wardens. Not the kind of prey you can take down single-handed. Our virtue hunters had all but given up, but knowing the warrior of darkness is out there has lit a fire in their bellies. Just look at them. Oh, that's what he meant by, oh boy. That Hume over there is with the oversized sword is Grandson. He's in it for revenge and wants to recruit a comrade in arms as tenacious as he is. The Mista lad is Lou Rick. Don't be fooled by those dewy cheeks. He's as hard as a hunter as they come. He lost a partner and seems to be on a lookout for a new one. That's Sir Carrick. Word is he seeks an expert magecraft to help fight the eaters. Last is White Dwarf and Drunken both. Wanted to join forces with a healer and only a healer. Something about needing a mentor's wisdom. I've seen my share of competent veterans, and you have the look about one. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of our hunters. Who knows? Together you might even collect bounty on a cardinal virtue. There's a great idea. Imagine the prestige of my bar would go up if we boasted the patronage of a successful virtue hunter. You've gained access to world class separate quest line, and story is now available to healers. In order to reach the final stage of Shadowbringers, you must complete at least one world quest line. Speak of the virtue hunter, a wandering star or something. Ah! could have just... I forgot. I didn't realize how close they were. Granted, I knew how close they were. I just, like, totally forgot. Welcome back, sir. I wonder if anyone can sleep in the city with such an uproar, but you will be retiring to your quarters? Very good. In light of the present situation, I have had illumination prepared for all our rooms. No need to rush to the markets for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, sir.
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
Yeah.
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Armarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin? Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
So this is what the light was hiding.
Who's this? Wait a minute. Sure
He's here.
face.
I must go to him.
Is she the one that Thancred called Minfilia in the opening? Oh, that's right.
Intruders! Fan out and find them! Out of my way!
I don't think she was
Stay your weapon.
part of-
We are
Okay.
not your enemy.
So Estinian's on his own, for the most part.
When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear the receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
Ha! From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus, I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Do we ever get a chance to go to Garlemald? Okay, I think I'm just, yeah, I'm going to just end it here. I'll pick up the mission. Hopefully it's not too long of a mission. And I'm going to guess. Manager, I beg your pardon, sir. Do you perchance intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not to stray too far from Crystarium. Word has it, you will dispatch its military to Lakewood. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return tonight. Even now, the Exarch is in the act of deliberating their response.